Hello, Solus and I have a lovely video for you today. Grab a chair, grab a couple blocks or some books, blankets if you have them, and join me on the mat. Oh, puppy. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin standing. In Tadasana, mountain pose, face any direction, beginning to shift the weight of your feet, spreading the toes wide, feeling the shift of the ankle bones inward and outward, feeling the knees move inward and outward, releasing your arms down, closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. Notice notice the tension you're feeling, perhaps in the shoulders. Feel as if the arms were being pulled down on the sides of the body, feeling the shoulder blades release down towards the waist. And this is all about freedom of movement. So notice if the body needs to move around and begin to move your neck in some circles. Dropping your left ear to your left shoulder, reaching your right arm down, playing with bringing it a bit forward, play with bringing it a bit back. Where's the breath? Feeling the breath and the inhale on the side of the body. Taking it over to the other side, releasing the right arm down, your head to the right shoulder and your left arm reaching out, maybe lifting it, turning the arm, internally rotating, externally rotating. Feel the crunchiness that happens in the shoulders. Moving the neck, breathing, releasing down. We'll take this into like a standing kind of side angle experience. So the left arm coming down, the right arm coming up. If it feels okay to take it all the way up here, come there. If you want to take it around and forward. So the left arm reaching down, the right side of the rib cage lifting up as you turn slightly towards that top arm, leaning over, breathing. Either staying in this pose for a couple of breaths or shifting over, doing the opposite side, maybe making it a little bit more flowy if the body wants to move a little more quickly, just kind of rolling it open, or again, staying on one side and experiencing the stretch in the breath. Closing your eyes so you don't have to see all the dishes and chores in your living room. And eventually bring the arms back down to your sides into Tadasana. Relaxing the muscles of the body, maybe even bending the knees and shaking the hips around. Freedom in movement. Let's connect the movement to the breath. So we're going to take the arms wide on the inhale, externally rotating, taking the arms up, keep breathing in, and your exhale, bringing the hands down. Bending the knees, making the movement bigger, inhaling all the way to the hands get to the top, exhaling down. Doing this 4 or 5 times, reaching out, spiraling the shoulders and the palms, maybe looking up. Doing this slowly, feeling how the shoulders move, how the neck is moving up and down. Yes. And release the arms, shake out your fingers, shoulders. Again, moving the neck. And I'm just going to turn here, taking your arms backwards just a bit. Arms are straight, lifting the chest, maybe lifting the toes. Maybe even bending the knees a little bit, letting the hips and the low back sink down, almost like a chair pose, but taking the arms back. And you could play with dropping the neck down and twirling it up. Squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. And then standing up tall, relaxing the arms, shaking it out. Grab your chair, bring a support, whatever works for you. Move it between your props and your puppy so you do not disturb her. And we're gonna do sort of a standing cat-cow. Take off your mismatched socks. Bringing your hands down towards the chair. Lifting the rib cage up, dropping the head on the inhale. Exhaling, stretching the chest forward, reaching the tailbone out. Taking this 4, 5, maybe 10 times. Up and down, feeling the different movements and the angles of the vertebrae. Bending one knee, bending the other knee. Letting the hips move. Shifting the weight forward and shifting the weight back. The buttocks goes past the heels. Does it feel better to explore with the knees bent or straight? Or does it feel better to just move them around? People ask me what kind of yoga I teach, and I say the kind that makes you feel better. So exploring your body this morning, this evening, whatever time of day you are joining me and my little puppy here, Solace. And then beginning to walk the feet backwards just a bit. Stretching the back of the legs here, the calves and the ankles. So coming with the body a little more forward like a plank. So hands supporting the hips and chest are coming more forward. You can lift the heels and then press the heels down and lift and lower. But noticing are the knees and the ankles turning inward, and lift them away from each other to stretch out the feet and spreading the toes, shifting the weight of the body back and forward. And eventually, bringing yourself into a downward facing dog, stretching the hips backwards, releasing your head down. The weight of the body is backwards. So try not to be pushing down like a plank pose, pushing down too strongly on this chair. Push the hips back. Reach the rib cage back. Dropping the head down. If your heels don't quite connect to the floor, lift them up, stretching out the front, the tops of the feet, and then press them down, but press the ankles backwards. Press the pelvis backwards. Lifting your head, looking forward to begin to stretch out your upper back, the thoracic spine. Your hands can be relatively passive, or you can activate your hands, tenting the wrists, lifting the wrists up and the fingertips down. Again, looking forward. And then dropping the head down, releasing. Lift the head back up. Gently rounding the back and waddle your way forward to a forward fold, bending the knees on the inhale, extending the legs on the exhale. And when you exhale and extend the legs, beginning to fold more deeply, using the chair for some support at any particular place that fits your body's needs today. Swaying your hips, releasing forearms down. Depending on how your body is feeling, maybe the hands reach all the way to your puppy. Give the puppy a pet. Maybe the head is resting on the chair. Relax the jaw. Yes. And when you're ready to come up, give a sway to the hips, a little bend to the knees, and gently rolling yourself very slowly all the way up towards standing. And when you get to standing, as you inhale deeply, taking the arms wide all the way up, bring the hands down, exhaling. Spreading all that good stretchiness to the heart center. Okay. From here, you can either stay standing or you can sit in the chair. We're going to take some arm circles, so just stretching the arms wide. As your gaze might fall out your window or look at the walls, try to stay more present. So if it feels best to close your eyes and just feel the extension in the arms, making some circles, shrugging the shoulders up and down, bending the elbows, taking more goalpost or cactus arms, internally rotating, pushing the hands back, externally rotating, pushing the elbows forward. So side view, pushing the hands back, and then pushing the elbows forward. And then we'll take the hands to the back of the head, clasp the fingers, play with opening the arms and see how that feels, widening the chest, taking some breaths, maybe bending the knees. And when you exhale, draw the elbows towards each other, gently rounding the back and opening on your inhale. You can do this standing. You can do this seated. If you're feeling the tendency when you bring your elbows together to pull the elbows together and pull your head down and deepen the sensation, I encourage you not to. Just be with the softness at this time. Find some gentle movements. If you want to deepen this, push your chins backwards and slide your hands up, elongating the back of the neck rather than pulling it down. Moving your head to side. Opening the chest up. Again, seated or standing. Yeah. Reach one elbow up, lean over to the other side. Bring yourself up, take it to the other side. And when you come back up to standing, take the arms down. We'll inhale the arms back up. Exhaling, bringing the energy down. Letting your blood settle, letting the shoulders relax. Yeah, okay. We're going to come back to the chair. We're going to have the elbows or the forearms and wrists onto the chair, and the knees are going to be down on the floor. So if you need a blanket, grab yourself a little support here. So kneeling in front of your support, taking your elbows to that support, walking the elbows back, and leaning the hips backwards. Your head could rest on your support, your hips could sway. Your hands could reach backwards towards the back of your head or rest forward. You could floss the arms back and forth. And though it might feel interesting to push the rib cage down, I encourage you to think about lifting the rib cage up a little bit. We're not rounding the back. We're just supporting the back by engaging the abdominal muscles. So give a little squeeze to the abdominal muscles as you lift them up, feeling how that reaches the hips back even further. Breathe into the tightness and the tension. Again, playing with the hand movements back to the head and forward. If you want to explore this pose lower, you can take, excuse me, puppy dog. You can take the elbows to the floor, move the dog hair out of the way, and the hips release, and the elbows are down. You could certainly sit the hips backwards more, sitting the hips down onto the heels. But even in this compressed position, find a little bit of elevation for the rib cage. Lift the front of the rib cage to the back of the rib cage. Eventually releasing the hands, maybe tenting the wrists again, and then bringing yourself up. Slowly lifting the body, using the support. Waddling your way up, and take a downward facing dog. A nice easy dog pose. You could have the knees really bent and the hips could reach back and the arms long and the spine long. The belly could rest on or between the thighs as you push the hips back, stretching out the upper body. So when you do a downward facing dog with the knees really bent, it brings the stretch a bit out of the legs and into the upper body. Notice how when you begin to stretch, you really feel it into the legs and maybe less in the upper body. So decide what you want to explore right now. Giving yourself time to play with the movement. And then we'll move this towards a thread the needle type position. So one hand will stay on the chair and the other hand will drop down, turning the body towards that upper arm. Taking the other hand back to your chair and support, the opposite arm coming down. Maybe it touches the floor or you have a support there. Maybe you bend the knees and the hand could reach over to the leg and really turn the body. Releasing, taking the other side again. I'm going to take this same side so if you're turning towards me. Bottom arm goes down towards the leg, turning the body towards that top arm, towards that armpit. Notice if your hips have swayed over to that side and draw them back towards the center. Again, playing with the bend of the knees and the extension in the knees. Taking the other side if you haven't already, balancing this out. Okay. And releasing, looking forward, rounding the back, waddle your way forward, all the way up, rolling the body, all the way up. Releasing the arms down, finding a Tadasana. Observing how you feel. Where is there tension? We're going to get into the hips here as well as the arms. So we're going to take a seated eagle pose. If you want to just step right into it, wrap around, find your eagle pose, go for it. Otherwise, you're going to find a seat. And either using blocks or, in this case, if you have some If you have some acupuncture books lying around, if your husband happens to be an acupuncturist, okay, I will mirror you. Setting the books on the outside of your right leg, crossing the left leg over. So you want to cross that left leg over, and that leg, that foot is supported. So if you feel like you're sitting back and you're hunched over, lift the leg, bring some support. Feel how different it is to just let this foot hang versus feeling it supported. So take a moment to set that up for yourself. Sitting the hips up, that left hip, push that left hip down. Relax the left shoulder. This is a lot for the legs and the hips. If your left leg is on top, we'll take the arms wide, and you'll cross your right arm on top. You can bend the elbows. Maybe just at first finding a hugging action here, rolling the body around. Eventually, taking the upper arms to each other, cross the elbows, press the elbows together, winding the forearms, holding the wrists or the hands. Notice if you've lost the integrity of those legs and sit upright. Let the elbows lift and lower and move gently side to side, dropping your head down, keeping it upright. In a traditional Iyengar practice, you would certainly find a place of your pose and you would stay there for a handful of breaths. But I am anything but traditional. Find some movement. Allow yourself to explore how it feels. Maybe you just want to do the leg portion right now. Allow yourself to play around with this eagle pose. Maybe you just want to turn the body. Maybe you feel like trying to balance with your eagle pose, crossing that leg over, the left foot on the floor. So if you want to balance here, cross the leg over, left foot on the floor, or find a support. Notice how the knees are turned over, turn to the side, turn the back forward, bend the knees. Find a balance here, feeling the squeeze of the hips. And then if you want to add the arms, opposite arm on top, crossing and folding. Playing with your eagle pose. If you want to get real excited about that leg, you have to really bend into it. Wrap the foot around, really bend. Right? Lose your balance, bend, and then turn the hips back towards center. You could do this and not do anything with the arms, or certainly use a support. Okay, that's a long time for one side. Undo the legs, undo your arms. If you haven't already, switch sides. Give yourself some movement side to side. Yeah. Popping hips. Come to a Tadasana. I love to do a Tadasana between the poses. Close your eyes. Observe how you feel. How are the hips moving? Do they feel lopsided? And then decide what pose you're going to take it next, or how. Maybe you want to try it standing. Maybe you want to try it seated. Ooh, sorry, puppy. Crossing the leg over. See what that feels like to really bend into the hips. Feeling the support of the blocks, or your Grey's Anatomy book. Deciding how to take your arms. Maybe you take them wide. Maybe bring them forward. Instead of crossing and folding, maybe you just cross and squeeze the arms together. Bending the elbows. Lots of different ways. Freedom. I invite you, you are free. I invite you to explore. How does it feel to take the elbows side to side, gently twisting the body? Whether you're standing or seated, when you come out of this pose, taking the arms wide and the legs wide and coming back to a Tadasana, even if that means a Tadasana in your chair, releasing and observing. Observing how the mind feels, how the shoulders and the neck hopefully feel a lot less tension. Yes? Yes. We're going to come up to standing again. Shake it out. Move your stuff out of the way. If you have a dog in your way, you can move the dog. I'm not going to move my dog because she's so cute. Okay, we're going to do a side angle. So it's possible that your side angle will be finding a support and some acupuncture books. I will again mirror you. So we're going to take the legs wide. Say, let the toes draw inward. Notice what's happening. Are your knees and feet collapsing and the pinky toe, are they elevated? Can you push the pinky toes down and lift the inside of the ankles and the feet? We're going to bend the right leg. You're going to turn it towards your chair. Give a couple bend and extensions here. Feel what's happening all the way up into the rib cage as you bend and extend this foot. Not the foot, the knee. Feel what happens when you bend and extend this knee. We'll take this right arm, we'll extend it, and we'll reach over to find a support. Maybe that's the top of the chair. Maybe that's your blocks. Maybe you drop the forearm all the way down to that thigh, sliding it, dropping that hip. You could lift and lower. Again, freedom in movement to explore. Your back arm, we're going to extend it. We're going to take it forward and around as we turn the torso up. We're not turning the torso down. We're turning the torso up. Feeling this stretch in the side rib, feeling the extension in the back of your hip and your low back. If being on your elbow feels like way too much, great, come up. Who says you have to bend your knee super far? Who says you have to keep it bent the whole time? What if you straighten it? Coming into more of a triangle-like position. Rolling that top shoulder back. Bend, extend. We're just playing around. Maybe even moving the hips a bit. Feels good, right? Okay. To come up, bring that hand to your hip, extend the leg, hop together or heel toe your feet, feeling a little ankle dexterity here. Toes, come up to your toes, shake it out. And then take your support to the other side, setting yourself up for success, accepting that it's quite possible this side's going to feel really different. So we'll step the feet wide. Again, toes are turned inward. That's going to help internally rotate the thighs. I don't know why I wore such baggy pants for this. We're internally rotating the thighs. Knees are internally rotating a bit, but we're not letting the ankles collapse. We're lifting the inside of the ankle up and pushing them wide. We're going to bend the left knee and turn the whole leg around. Bend and extend a few times. This side feels really different, yes? Bring your support. Mine's a little far away. Get your support set up so that you can extend this left arm. Find support, staying in this position, feeling it out, dropping your hand down as things let go, as you feel more able, as you feel more capable, as you breathe. Taking that back arm, rolling it around, rolling it forward. Remember, we're not turning the body down, we're turning the body up, opening. You could turn your head down for a moment and notice that front knee. Is it pushing towards the big toe side of your leg? Push it to the pinky toe side. Opening the chest. If the top arm feels really fatigued, you could just take your hand to your shoulder. You could reach the elbow up. You could release the arm down. You could bend and extend in that front leg, coming from side angle to more of a triangle position. Trikonasana, the Sanskrit. Yes. Feeling that out. And then bending and bringing yourself upright. Heel toe back together. Taking a Tadasana. Releasing the arms down. My pants rolled up, reminding me of old videos of Iyengar, BKS Iyengar, and he used to wear this little like diaper bodysuit thing, and it looked like this. So I'm being super traditional. Actually, I'm just being comfortable, because why do things unless you're comfortable? Okay, come to Tadasana, releasing your arms again. Yes. From this Tadasana, we're going to come down to the floor. I'm a big fan of a blanket for the head. So come on down to the floor. You could lay with your support here, and you could rest your feet in the support, the calves and the heels and their support, releasing the body down, letting the low back relax. You could move your body a bit into a Baddha Konasana, so the feet together and the knees wide. Releasing the shoulders down. If you'd like to explore a little bit more movement in the hips, we'll take one leg and you'll bring the thigh down into a half happy baby. You could leave this other leg up in the chair or take it down. So bringing that leg into half happy baby, you could wrap your arm around that leg, pull it down. This type of pose is also called wind relieving pose. I wonder if you can determine why. You could bend your knee and squeeze your arm. You could extend the leg up, holding the backside of the thigh for a little support so your back doesn't hurt. And bend it down, wide and up. Play with bending the knee and dropping the foot. Play with bending the knee and keeping the foot elevated so that the shin is vertical. Depending on the length of your arms, you might reach and grab the outside edge of your pinky foot. You might reach and grab the outside edge of your foot and pull that side down. Internally rotating your other leg. And you could fold that leg into a figure four, setting the foot on top of the opposite thigh, releasing the leg, moving the hips, leaving the bottom foot down, lifting it up. If you want to have some core work, if you need some support, grab the thigh. You could play with extending the leg. You could even rest the foot on top of your support and relax your arms and let your hips gently drop from side to side. Ooh, there goes the back. Not pushing, just allowing for the body to move. Giving yourself permission to unwind and relax the hips. And determining when it feels right to release the feet. And again, maybe a Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. Moving your head gently side to side. And finding this half happy baby on the other leg, bringing the thigh in towards the body, hooking the arm around, pulling it down. If the arm doesn't hook, you can just use your hand. Yes. Bringing the knee down, extending it back up on the inhale. Exhale, pulling it down, letting it all out. Playing with this bend of the knee and the foot dropping down and the foot lifting up. Maybe reaching up. You could hold the big toe side, it's a little bit closer, or you could take the arm is on the inside of the leg and the hand is on the outside of the foot, pulling it down. The other leg could be in the chair or resting on the floor, internally rotating that thigh, leaning in towards the body. And then we'll bring this leg into a figure four, placing the foot onto the thigh, some movement, and deciding if you want to lift the leg, if you want to hold the leg, if you don't want to hold the leg, if you just want the chair to do the work, letting the body find some movement. Observing how this side probably feels pretty different than the other side. Maybe giving yourself a smile. If you feel like your head is arched like this, I highly recommend bringing a blanket, supporting your neck so you can draw the chins down and relax the throat and relax the back of the neck. And when this side feels equally stretched out, we'll begin to move into Savasana. Extending the legs, again, on your support, maybe on the floor. If your low back feels a little tight when you lay on the floor, grab a pillow, place it under the thighs, and release your hands to the belly. Solas, come here. Solas, come. Releasing into your Savasana. Hello. Lie down. Lie down. Come here. Lie down. Notice how easy it is for dogs and for cats to just pick a spot and lie down. Where are you going to go? Lie down. And yet humans think, well, I'll just start my day. No, this is the hardest pose, Savasana. So stay with me here. Stay with me in solace, releasing your shoulders down, taking some deep breaths in through your nose and out through the mouth. What would it take to really soften the body? Releasing the arms, letting your jaw be relaxed. Maybe the jaw hinge is even slightly open. Your lips gently pressed or just resting on each other. Your eyeballs gently melting to the sides of your face. Eyes closed, staying in your practice. In the words of Hafiz, the sun never says to the earth, what is it? And in the words of Hafiz, the sun never says to the earth, you owe me. Look at a love like that. It lights the whole sky. Thank you for joining me. You can stay here for a while longer and enjoy the sounds of the birds in my backyard. And when you're ready, you can begin to bend the knees and gently bring them towards your body. And releasing and rolling over. So either staying, laying down in your Savasana, or if you'd like to sit up. Some comfortable position. And just